So welcome back, folks. So today out here at the ocean, well, sometimes the humidity builds up inside of the house on these warm summer days. And so at night, it's always good to have a dehumidifier to kind of help out, especially in parts of the house where people might be taking showers, different things like that. And that kind of even adds more to the humidity. So this dehumidifier here from AEOCKY, with this, the X1 Pro, the good thing about it is uses like a rotary system to really pull a lot of air through and dehumidify it quickly. And it's also kind of a size where it's got a carry handle on top. It's not excessively big. You don't have to worry about it kind of blocking different areas and different things like that. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at it. So operation on this is pretty easy. You can see about kind of with my hand here about the approximate size of it. We'll show you it later kind of once we get it into place, how it's going to look. There is a filter here that's usually these filters on dehumidifiers, I usually clean them every month or so, just use some compressed air. You can even wash them and then just air dry them. But you always want to make sure, of course, that you get good airflow into the dehumidifier. And then one of the more important things, of course, with any dehumidifier here is our water bucket. And so this is a decent size. Again, this is kind of a smaller dehumidifier. So this is more suited, I would say, best for like a room or a bathroom area or something like that. There is a drain plug here that you do need to make sure that that is secure. If you're just going to use the water bucket only, you just plug it in there. It does come with a drain hose here, where if you do want to rig that up, you can do that too. So you can run a drain hose off to somewhere else if you so desire. So to do that, especially, probably what you'll need to do is put this on some sort of platform so the water can basically drain away to wherever you want it to go. It does have some tips here in terms of how to best kind of employ the drain hose if you're going to use that. Myself, I think what I'm going to do is, because this is just going to be used in one room, kind of one area, I'm just going to basically drain the bucket whenever it gets full and just roll with that. Now up here we have our controls. So we can set the fan speed, we can set it for continuous use. It'll continue to run. If you have the drain hose there, it'll just run as it needs to lower the humidity to whatever level you want. And then also, if you just put the plug in and you just run it off the bucket, it'll run until the bucket's full, and then it will shut itself off, and then you'll have to drain the bucket. So you can turn it on and off, of course. There's also a carrying handle on the top, so if you do need to move it around, you have that as well. So let's go ahead and get it set up to where it's going to be, and then we'll let it run some overnight and we'll see what we get. Okay, folks, so we'll go through the controls real quick. Very simple, straightforward. Power key on and off. When you go to shut it off, if you press the power key, it'll run for 90 seconds until it totally shuts down, just to kind of cool down. And then we have a key here for the timer. And so probably for me, I don't really kind of see myself using the timer. Usually what I like to do is just set a target humidity and then just kind of roll with that. So up to you, but it is there if you do want to use it. And then if you want to cancel the timer, just hold it down for 3 seconds and I'll reset to 0. If you want to adjust the humidity, you can use the humidity button here and switch between 40 all the way up to 80%. So just set the target humidity as you desire. So for instance, if you really want to bring that humidity down, like 40%, that's, you know, a good place to be. A lot of times I'll set it at 50 or 55%, and that works pretty good. You can also put it in continuous mode. Basically that just runs continuously. And then you have 2 modes for the fan. So this is just kind of the normal mode right here. And then if you want to set it into sleep, the light will dim and the fan speed will drop way off here. So it's still running. There's some wind in the background, but it's still running, but you can't really hear it. You can't really pick it up. So I used sleep mode one night and that worked really good. You didn't even know it was on. So that worked just fine. So you can switch between the two as you see fit. Let's go ahead and put it back into regular mode. And away we go. Simple as that. Easy day. All right, folks, so how did our X1 Pro dehumidifier fare? We had 2 nights here along the ocean where it was extremely hot and humid, and in the one part of the house where people take a lot of showers and stuff in the bathroom, humidity kind of builds up. So I ran this at night, and after 2 nights of running, this is what we got. Let's go ahead and pull it out here. Yowzers. Whoa. Let me focus the camera down here. Let's have a look here and see. And so we got quite a lot of water there. Look at that. Wow. So that's how much water it pulled out of the air in just 2 nights in just a corner of the house. So pretty impressive overall. So in the end, I think where this dehumidifier kind of fits its role is, you know, if you're looking for something that is kind of like you have an apartment, you have a room, you have a part of the house, whatever, where you need some dehumidifier help, then I think this is kind of a good fit for it because it's not overly big. You just need to make sure you've got air circulating on the front and back, so you can't like push it against the wall or whatever. So you need a little bit of space on either side so the air can move. So that's where I think it really kind of fits and where it really suits. You do have the drain hose where if you do need to use that, you can use that also. But I think for a lot of smaller type situations, I think this dehumidifier is a good fit for that. Like with us being on vacation, all that sort of thing. A part of the house the humidity gets real high. This can help pull it out. Now keep in mind with all dehumidifiers that there will be, through the process of pulling the moisture out of the air, there is some heat generated, so that may raise the temperature in the room by Fahrenheit degree or 2. So that's something you got to kind of weigh up with this. But when you have those places in the house where there's just so much humidity, it actually becomes more comfortable, in my opinion, if we just take that humidity out of the air and all that. So anyways, that's what we ended up getting. Pretty impressive for 2 nights there, pulling it out of essentially what amounts to bedroom, bathroom area. So anyways, folks, definitely check these out, and we'll see y'all next time.